What you're looking at is a bunch of cedar boards that I've already cut to length. I was watching Andy over at Cedar River Woodworks. He had a video out last year that he built spiral Christmas trees. So I've got enough boards here to build 4, maybe enough boards to build 5. We'll find out. I haven't actually cut the 5th one yet. Let's get started and get some of these put together. Okay, so we got everything sanded. That was probably about an hour. I will show you what happened to my other sander. Hang on just a second. This is my go-to sander for doing cedar boards. And about 10 minutes before I started this project, or before I started sanding these, I had pulled it out to fix my camera stand that you're standing on right there because it was sticking. So I fixed it, and then I promptly dropped it off of my my workbench. And as you can see, the handle's all busted now. I can't use that anymore, but I did find a handle online, so I'm gonna wind up buying that. Now that all the sanding is done, let's see if we can put one of these together. I didn't show it, but I did sand the 2x4s too. I don't want anybody getting splinters whenever they hold on to these or anything, so that's why I sanded them. All right, I think Andy used 1-inch nails. I'm using 1.5 inch for the main structure along the 2x4, and then I'll switch to 1 inch. The cedar pickets are pretty thin, so I may have to go to 3/4 inch in order for them not to blow through the other side. But we'll see that in a minute. Now I would glue these, but I don't know if you can see that. All of the pickets are a little bit cupped, so glue's not really going to stick very well, so I'm just using brad nails. Okay, there's our tree. I got to cut it to give it the shape, but I started adding brad nails over here, forgetting that I was going to cut this. So I quit probably about in this board. So now I got to avoid the nails. I don't know if you saw what happened, but the saw was actually going up underneath the straight edge. So one of these is a little bit off, but I think it's going to be okay. It didn't cut through the rest of these, so we're going to get a saw and do that. All right, that's one. Let's do the other side. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but I got planes flying around and all kinds of stuff going on around outside, so you're just going to have to bear with me for a second. But I wanted to give you a tip. Whenever I cut this, from the 2x4 out, I measured 14 7/8. So I went 14 7/8 from the 2x4 out and made a mark on the bottom one over there. But before you get your straight edge out and get it all clamped in and everything, just pull your tape measure to this right here where you're going to stop your cut, and make sure you're hitting all the boards so that it's going to be uniform all the way down. Because I had to move these 2 boards, they were too far the other direction, and I wasn't going to be cutting anything off of them, so it would have looked weird. I would have had flat spots here, so just a little tip. My wife said that last time I put on too thick a coat, and that's why it took so long to dry. So since she's always right, I am going to try to make it a thinner coat, and we'll see what happens. For those of you that live by a train, that's not your train, that's my train. You gotta be kidding me. I just cut this. See the problem? I don't know how that moved, but now it's off. It looks like crap. Now how am I gonna fix that? All right, this is the only way I can think of to fix it. So I have a 1-inch offset, in case you can see it right there on this saw on this side. If I go 1 inch here, and then I go 1.5 inches down to here, that should give me the same cut on this side as the one I screwed up on the other side. Does that make sense? Man, I hope so. I'm totally confused. Hope this works. Well, here's what happens whenever you forget to hit record. I did fix it. It's much better than it was. It's kind of hard to see, but if I get it just right, it's pretty even here. It's even enough. The star's going to cover it anyway, so it'll be all right. Okay, one of the things that happened with this was these sat for a week and they never got completely dry. They were still a little bit tacky. All the dust embedded itself inside the red paint. One thing that I found that helps it a lot is a blue scrubby. So you can actually get on here and get most of it off. You're not going to get every piece, but I got most of it. So it looks a lot better, but it kind of dulls that finish. I'm just going to repaint. I hate to, but I'm going to have to. Can you tell what builds are coming up in the future? How would you fix this problem? What am I doing wrong? The can's leaking. This is leaking everywhere. Look at this. Well, that sucked. So, out of 4 trees, I got 2 finished. I got 1 natural and I got 1 painted. Both of these are going up on Facebook Marketplace. And if I get them sold soon, then I'll do a short and upload that so you can see the actual pickup. While that's happening, I've already started a much bigger Christmas project. But trust me, I'm already in over my head.